Oh god. Hey everybody, I'm Zez. Welcome to this game. This is a fun game for me. I found it yesterday. Yeah, I think yesterday. And, right there, collecting some stuff. It's called Castle Defenders. It's this game where it's a tower defense game, essentially. That's essentially what it is. Enemies come from these doors right there and over there and over there and I have to say one thing though, this is now live voiceover. That's because I forgot to turn my microphone on, so I don't have any of my voice, so this will not be live, so things will kind of be off kilter. I'll try to explain as much as I'm going on as we're going through it. But right now, what we're doing is... Oh, that was really loud. But right now, what we're doing is we're collecting mana. Mana is essentially the currency. Mana, you use it eventually to buy things. But then, you use it to build the towers, which will be the defensive things. And enemies are going to come from there, and over there, and actually, I'm pointing to it there right now. But, so... Yeah, that's... pretty much the gist of it. And there's a bunch of different towers and spells and weapons and it can be played up to 4 people. I'm playing it in single player right here, and the whole point is you're trying to defend that crystal. I don't know why. I don't really care. But here we go. I'm building a tower, pressing I'm using hotkeys. But yeah, right there, building the tower. I think I run out of money, so I don't get to build this third one. But so essentially, I'm saying you're trying to figure out how to okay, right there. I just activated combat phase. There it is. Also, if you notice up at the top of the screen, there will be a couple bars. The first one, which is long and has like 0 to 39, I think, right now. This is how many enemies have been killed out of the amount that are in the round. They're just collecting the drop mana. I'm forced to defend this point because I don't have a tower here yet. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's like their actual name, but I'm gonna call them towers. Just sitting there, kind of shooting things. The little dragon thing following me, that's a pet. I got it. This was actually the first game I played with it. I'm sitting over here going, oh no, I should probably be doing stuff with that. But yeah, the whole point is trying to defend that. I mean, different things will eventually come. This is only round 2 because for some reason it likes to start you at like round 2. That was a special attack that is kind of shot out. I'm sorry, I'm watching this on a much lower resolution screen than I normally would be doing it because of the playback thing, so I can't see I can't see like numbers and what's exactly there. I can right there, wave complete, you guys like yay, woohoo, yay, we're happy. Wave 3, because for some reason it starts you on wave 2. That might be because I'm playing on normal. But these chests, they're there, and you get stuff from them. You always get 40 mana, which are 10 each little green. Okay, there's 4 type of crystals, I think you'll see. There's the blue ones, which are 1 mana each. Right here, I'm setting up defenses. I'm explaining why. I think that pretty much it's because since there's nothing there, I can set that up there, and we're trying to hold them as close to their spawning area, which are those doors, as possible. Because, you know, that's just what we do. Right there, that was an item. Those chests, they drop items. So, like there. They can drop items, which are then sellable. And I think I left something sitting there for whatever reason. But, yeah. There are, oh yeah, I did. I'm gonna go pick it up now. But okay. But anyway, the 4 types of enemies. There's the blue ones, which are 1. There are green ones, which are 10, and then there are red ones, which I think are 20, and then there's this giant purplish blue one, which I believe it's I think it's 40, or I'm not actually sure. I'm gonna guess 40 just based on the gradient scale. I don't have enough, so unfortunately I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to sell this. So I press into that, and I go to, well, I'm like, oh, there is one. So I sell this tower for the points I still need to build this last one. And these towers, they're called fire towers. There are, in fact, there are affiliations. At that point, I'm like, oh, damn, I don't even think I need to sell that tower. And I don't know why I went into the actual menu rather than just hotkeying my way to victory, but I did. But so there are like affiliations, I guess. See, like that one right there in the corner. Actually, I'm showing it right now. That little thing the crosshair's on, that's fire. That means they will not do damage. I'm sorry, I was like, what the hell? Could have sworn heard something, but so there we go. We're starting round 3, but those affiliations, it means it will not hurt anything that is fire affiliated, which does end up becoming a problem later, and I do end up with a solution to that, but that's a bridge we'll cross, and there you go. You see, the thing does, that's the more powerful of the 2 towers I have unlocked. And see right there, you see right there, that becomes a problem. That tower, because those towers, because they can't hurt the fire types, start to become heavily damaged by the fire types just sitting there, just attacking it. Alright. Oh, there was a sort of lag there. That was starting us the next video. But as you can see, Fireball Tower was destroyed. That's because there's an ogre, or not an ogre, there's the big things, that thing, whatever, I'm not sure what it's called, but they're that thing, and they're doing stuff, and that had a fire affiliation, which means it couldn't be hurt by fire. Yeah, it kind of stinks. It doesn't mean that your towers can... Luckily, it's now like, if it's fire affiliated, it can only attack things that are fire. That would suck. And, yeah, one of them was destroyed. There's something else I was talking about, but... Oh, yeah, that's what... Those things that I just killed. Back in the first place, back when I started this, I remember that was, There's my solution. That's a different type of tower. Beware the... Oh, now after watching this back, I finally saw that message, and... It's fun. There's this new type of thing that's about to come up, and I didn't notice it, but those towers, those are not affiliated with anything, meaning they can attack everything. And because of that, I placed one of those directly next to or behind each of my fire towers to kill the fire affiliated ones. So, I don't know, I thought that was a fairly elegant solution. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I accidentally pressed repair and I didn't want repair. This map's nice and easy because it's full of a lot of narrow choke points. Lots and lots of narrow choke points. So we're going around once again being careful to collect every bit because every bit counts. I'm not sure how much mana we got left, but we do actually we do get to putting up each of the towers. There's picking up a bunch of stuff. You get a lot of like really weak, and this I'm like, oh yeah, I need to rebuild them. But you get a lot of really weak drops during this. You pretty much have to, if you want a good weapon, you pretty much have to buy it. Because, I mean, that's pretty much just pick up some more stuff. And then I come up with another idea. I'm like, why don't I just do this? So you're about to see the, it's not a tower per se, but it's called a magic blockade where it essentially causes the monsters things are programmed to attack at first. In this point, I'm explaining what I'm explaining to you right now, but they're programmed to attack at first. So you set them up in front of a tower. They're all sitting there attacking the tower while that thing is just hammering away at them. Just hammering away at them. And I found it works pretty well. I found it works pretty well, and because it's essentially adding on. It's like adding on life to the whatever the things are called, to the towers. God, I'm sorry. I just talked for half an hour while I was making this, without realizing the sound wouldn't work. And it's talking over the exact same thing. So I'm actually considering, since this video is really more to show you what's going on, kind of shutting up for a second now that I've kind of explained what's going on in the game. Just kind of shutting up and letting the game run for a little bit, then telling you once we get to another important part. I think I might do that, because I mean, during the time there really isn't much I can talk about, because I want to make this video as close to the thing as possible. So you know, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna shut up for a second. I'm gonna turn off my mic, and I'm gonna let it run through this round, and what's going on during it is pretty self-explanatory. Oh wait, no, actually I want to explain this to you. An Eternia Crystal is under attack. Actually, there is more I can talk about, so I'm not gonna do that. This thing, these things become a problem for me too. Because, you know, back in the beginning of the last round, it said beware the Waverines, but I obviously did not see that, so at this point, I'm trying to decide what to do, and I'm like, maybe if I take this tower, oh wait, no, that's not gonna work, it doesn't want to go there. So, my very, interesting solution is I'm gonna throw a tower there. Regardless, though, these Waverines, get rid of that. So press E. Press E, come on. There you go. These things are going to become a fairly large problem later. As you can see right there, that thing just gets completely decimated by it. But those are going to become a fairly big problem later. As I see at this point, I'm just kind of walking around, checking to make sure my defenses. Oh, the wave is complete. What are we on? Was that 4 of 6 or 5 of 6? Okay, that was 4 of 6. All players in core heals. Build phase. Just kind of going around collecting it. I think at this point I start upgrading things. I actually don't know how much damage that fire guy does, the little guy. Yeah, I start upgrading things, which essentially, it adds on, I think, mostly to the health. I think that's the biggest upgrade, but I go and I upgrade as many of the, many of my magical blockades as I can. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I just kind of upgraded one, and I'm like, I'm not gonna upgrade another one. Yeah, there we go. I really think I missed one. I might have missed one for the entire time. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing very much. But as you can see, there's a lot of blue ones, but those don't do much. Yes, you just kind of go around, and I think it does mostly. In the case of these magical barriers, it's actually really helpful because it doubles the amount of health they have, so it's like placing 2 right on top of each other, and that actually becomes incredibly helpful. remembered. I'm like, oh, there's something over there I never upgraded. There's the crystal. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, don't fall in. That'd be bad. Next round. 257. Why not? I have the sound down really low in this game. But, you know, so we're like, I don't know. I'm like, I realize I have more, so I'm like, alright, so check, there's gonna be some new things. I realize now I forgot to upgrade 2 of them. There's one of those Waverines over there, so I'm like, can I kill it without... Can I kill it before the health bar appears? And nope. Doesn't work. Well, there's another one, so... I will say, actually, if I didn't say this at the beginning, as you can see, that tower does like 400 damage each shot, so it's nice and efficient. As you can see, there's red, and there's blue. I don't remember I tell you the game this at the beginning, but this is actually not the first one. The first one is 2 maps before this. I realize now I forgot to upgrade that one. So I upgraded it. It takes much longer like that, but explosion and and that's damaged. At this point I'm like, you know what? There's the power attack. It does a lot of damage, and I'm taking out those guys, and I'm like, oh shit, there's one of these guys right here. And, ow! Don't kick me. You know, so there's actually 2 places before this, and then I'm like freaking out, like, oh no! And I realize there must be a fire affiliated one. I used the word affiliated way too many times. Have we leveled up? I think we're about to. If you look down at the bottom... No, at this point I start setting up my defenses for the next, There we go, level up is available. I'm like, oh wait. I'm like, how do we do... I'm like, oh, wait a second, that's right, you can't do that in the middle of rounds. At this point, I'd start setting up my defenses for the final. The grand finale. And trust me, these defenses set up right here save my ass a few times. Well, there's still a significant amount left, so we just go over here and I'm like, oh no, and I look up and there's like 4, oh no, that's later. Explosion guy? I'm like, oh no, not fire. For some reason I just cannot get a shot off on this guy, so he does some massive amount of damage. But you would imagine for a game like this that's not like first person shooter and such, it would not be as hectic or anything like that as you would think. But yeah, it wouldn't be as hectic as you would think. But it is, it is fairly hectic, and I think now at this point I pretty much just kind of spend the next like 6. There's one of these guys left, and I'm like, ah. And then there's one more over there, and I think at this point I pretty much just spend the next 6 hours preparing my defenses. So, I think I'll pause. I think I'm gonna end up cutting it here and doing stuff with that. 1 second. Alright, there we go. I'm sorry I had to do that. I had to pause the little thing that's doing this, but having cut I cut that, and I set my defenses there. I spent like a good 5 minutes just repairing things, and I figured that's not all that fun to watch. So here we go. We get into the combat. We're on round 6 of 6. It looks like. This round, I believe, is the one that takes like, no, I can't move that. But this is the round that takes like 8 minutes or something. Like there we go. And I turn around, and I'm gonna like, oh god, there's a lot of them. It looks like 2 of them just get blown away. Actually, if you look at the bottom right corner, you can see the death thing that says defeated just going click, 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 or not click, but I think I'm saying at this point, there. I didn't even upgrade this thing yet, so this one becomes important simply because there is an ogre, something which you will probably get to see. Yeah, you will. Which is something you'll get to see. You'll get to see it. I'm not going to explain too much into it. I'm just going to tell you that is there, and that's the point of the stronger defenses. Completely ignoring that, and I'm like, oh no. So Eternia Crystal gets beaten to a pulp. Oh yeah, I get it. I'm like, oh no, magical blockade. It's gone. I think I recorded everything with the whole idea that I'm going to, I'm going just to record everything just to get you the idea what it is. But, you know, when you spend like 6 or 7 minutes of a video editing, and I'm like, oh, things are starting to get destroyed, and we're not going to be able to hold on much longer. Thank God we don't have to, and there it is. There is the mythical ogre. I turn and look to the side, and there's a bunch of these guys sitting here, so I just kind of go in there and just start beating him down. An ogre. I think I turn at this point. I think I kill that, and that would be the ogre, the giant purple thing. What do I do? What do I do? That's right. I start actually reinforcing our defenses sitting right here. I don't get to upgrade that because the game doesn't let me. But I actually start reinforcing our defenses here. And I'm not sure you can see, but that thing has 20,000 health. But considering everything else is 500, that is a lot. And I'm like, oh god. And I turn around and there's like 6 of the dragons attacking. And I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god. And I'm starting to freak out. If this thing gets to my crystal, it's going to pretty much just fuck it over. Send that shot. That does very little damage. I set up another one of those things. Just like, oh god. Come on, just help, just help. And then I start shooting at the thing again. And at this point, I'm like freaking out because I'm upgrading the fireball tower now. Back up a little bit more. I'm not even sure I have the crystals. So I'm like, ooh, I have the crystals. So I set up another one of these towers. And I'm like, oh god. And at this point, yeah, I really am freaking out. I'm like, oh no, oh god. And I look at the things at 4,000 health. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm actually going to do this. So things at 400, 300, 200, and there it goes. And with that, level victory, and I start running around collecting these crystals because you want as much of the mana as possible. But I think at this point, yeah, I'd say I'm gonna cut off this video because it's gonna take a long time just to completely clear out this place. So I'm gonna say I'll meet you back in the tavern, which you'll get to see right about now. There we are, in the tavern. This is the place where you buy stuff, and there's a shopkeeper, and there's the pets in a cage that you buy those. I'm at this point wondering, like, what is that? And there's, like, a portal. I'm like, there's a portal thing right there, but no, it's not. I was going just completely and utterly insane. I'm like, oh, a portal thing, but there's not, so don't worry. Also, if you strike the practice things, it shows you an idea of how much damage you're going to do. It's a little dummy right there with the DPS. Still not sure what that stands for, by the way. This is when I go up here and I talk to him.
Kids these days wear the strangest clothing.
I go up here and I talk to him, and I'm like, I can buy things, and I think I'm gonna. Well, one second. I'm gonna cut off here because then I spend like 3 minutes selling stuff, and you can buy stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have 10,000, and now you're at the point where you get to sell things, and you just click it, move to shop, sell to bank.
Take a knot off your hand.
And I'm not sure if you can see it, but I mentioned it right there. Right there where I just did that. That's the amount of money you have. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come off right here because this takes a little while. So I'll pause it right back when we're done with this. 1 second. Alright, there we go. After selling all of that, here we are. Those are like pets, but they're the guys from Fortress, Team Fortress 2. But so here, that's how much money I have. I don't have much, but so I'm gonna end it off here. So I'm Zez. This has been the Dungeon Defender, and if you'd like to see more of it, leave it in the description because I find it fun. I don't know if you find it fun to watch, but here we have a trophy. So anyway, I'm Zez, and if you like it, spend in the comments.